This is the episode that should have been hyped up instead of 1071. When I say all of my issues with 1071 were solved with this episode, I mean it. From animation to sound effects to pacing to even following the manga, this episode was perfection. Okay, no episode is really perfect. I can nitpick all day about things I didn't like or aren't perfect or don't follow the manga to the T, like Gum Gum Giant having its mouth open and hands and legs in a different position, or how there's no fire when Luffy runs back to the island and he doesn't look angry while doing it either. But that's my whole point. I'm choosing to see these faults instead of taking it for face value and seeing that the anime is being more expressive of what this form really means to Luffy and the greater story of One Piece. Joy Boy, this embodiment of fun, happy, and whatever else. I'm not doing a Joy Boy analysis in this video. I'm not no super One Piece nerd. Y'all go watch somebody else do that. Joy Boy is supposed to be exactly that. Fun and happy, and we are really seeing that here. From the moment Luffy runs back to the island, you can hear this OST with that goofy sound effects that really just does feel like this is what Gear 5 is. Seeing Luffy slide along the ground and smile as he jumps toward Kaido without a worry in the world, and seeing everybody else talk about the situation as if it's all over despite seeing them in such a hopeless state is such a crazy contrast, especially when moments later we see some of our side characters reacting to seeing the literal giant Luffy head smash through the ceiling and everyone's eyes pop out their head. It's literally just great, man. And don't even get me started on the Super Saiyan version of Luffy's Gear 5 transformation. Sure, last episode's was kind of cool, but this one, it's just perfect. In the manga, this moment is literally one page. It's kind of cool, but the anime blows it out of the water. Luffy literally powers up on some Super Saiyan shit, from sound effects to orb. I will say this moment has its ups and downs. I get it, it's cool, it uses the cool little art style. I don't really like this art style. It's kind of weird until we see all the pretty colors hit the screen, and then you kind of understand the art style choice in that moment. But it just feels like a really weird contrast when you see Luffy doing all this other goofy stuff like running and leaving his face behind, or goofy frames of him smeared across the screen, and then you see this epic light skin ass moment followed up by the goofy again. But enough with the little gripe with this episode. Let's get back to what I love. We see Kaido hit Luffy down, and then we see Luffy bounce back up. And I'm gonna tell y'all now, there is one thing and one thing only that I'm a sucker for in anime, and it's when you play opening one in the middle or at the end of an episode during a hype moment. Now, this wasn't even episode 1. This was the first Wano opening, and it's kind of symbolic how the whole reason we are in Wano is to beat Kaido, and our climactic battle is happening now. Luffy versus Kaido, with all the Wano only things going on right now. Luffy in Gear 5, Kaido in his hybrid form, and this opening playing in the back. It's perfect. Not as perfect as episode 1015, that still to this day is One Piece's best episode to me, but this might be a close second. Also, Luffy giving a fuck you to the camera for all the hate he got from episode 1071. I see you, Luffy. My fault, nigga, my fault. I wasn't familiar with your game. So we see Luffy running around and shit, and there's this funny little frame where his face comes off of his body and it pulls it back. And when I was seeing these frames in last episode, I was like, what the fuck? Because there wasn't no shit like this in the manga. Obviously, because we can't really convey motion that well. But seeing it here has me fully realize what's happening. I thought it was like, haha, funny, this isn't actually happening, but we're putting it here to show how goofy the form should be. But no, this is actually happening. So props to the studio. I'll take this one on the chin. Still not my favorite thing ever, because it just looks lazy, but to see they're intentionally doing it, whatever. Also, Luffy is either using Kizaru's light attack or Kakashi's twin lightning shiver here. Let me know which one y'all think it is. And bro, this blow to Kaido absolutely going through his fucking skull, going through the back of his head too, getting hit so hard that it replayed 5 fucking times is so raw. Shit was so raw. I was watching this episode with my friends, and one of them literally saw Kaido laying on the ground and said, is he fucking dead? Cause literally this nigga was out. And then Luffy emoting on him right after. God, I love this form, bro. And bro was talking about naming his move. He was like, Gum Gum, Gum Gum. What should this shit be? Gum Gum. Oh God, nigga. I'd name my move too after hitting nigga with a combo like that. If I play 5 fucking times. We better see this move again against a Kainu or something and another 1,000 chapters or something down the line. I will not be here for another 1,000. I'm gonna say that now. They got no. Also, Luffy announcing his name and shit while literally being basked in white light like a fucking angel is pretty fucking cool to me. It's a little extra, but it's cool. And before we end this video, I just want to bring some awareness to my comment section from last video, because it was kind of crazy, man. I saw a motherfucker say, oh yeah, this is the ass pull of the century. I'll give it to you. This definitely feels like an ass pull. When I was reading this in the manga, I was like, yo, how is this nigga going to beat Kaido? And I was looking at it, and I'm like, yeah, he's not beating Kaido. And then I see gear fucking 5. Nigga, what? This shit is an ass pull. But if we're gonna say that about One Piece, let's say it about other shit. Naruto literally getting fucking Sage of Six Paths mode along with Sasuke is a bigger ass pull. Them niggas literally died. Actually, I guess it's not a bigger ass pull now that I think about it, because both Naruto and Sasuke died and Luffy died here like 6 fucking times. So I guess it is a bigger ass pull for Luffy. That's an L on the One Piece community. Get better. Somebody else said, this is why I don't watch One Piece. I ain't wasting my time on an anime with 1,000 episodes just for a mid-ass transformation from Luffy. The fan color of Gear 5 was better than the Gear 5 in the anime. I think I know what fan color he's talking about with the yellow hair and shit. I don't agree. I think white forms are just cooler. Like Ultra Instinct is cool. Beast Gohan is cool. You really only get white forms in fucking, I don't know, Dragon Ball. I mean, if you want to go a little bit further out and maybe not say a form per se, when Kaneki got his white hair, that was fucking cool. I think I just like white hair characters. So seeing Luffy with white hair, hey, that's cool to me. But I can see how some people might like the yellow looking sun based coloring. I see how people can like that too. I won't say this transformation is mid though. I do think this transformation is pretty cool after seeing this episode. Last episode, it kind of just felt like, oh yeah, it's still Luffy, but he's all white now and has sound effects. Like it still felt like Luffy. Now it doesn't really feel like Luffy. It kind of feels like Joy Boy. And then we have another comment. Precisely why I don't watch One Piece. I just don't understand this. The fact that Oda writers have to justify everything and call this peak is just mentally ill. Y'all being scammed watching 1,000 plus episodes. Good luck. I can understand why people don't want to watch One Piece. Shit, nigga. I wasn't trying to watch this shit either. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. My boys was like, oh yeah, get on One Piece, get on One Piece, get on One Piece, get on One Piece. I was not doing that shit. But then COVID hit and I was on and off it. But overall, it took me like 4 months to catch up, which is a lot of time to invest into a fucking anime. And the Oda writers, I call y'all niggas out too. There's some shit in One Piece that just fucking sucks, man. A lot of shit in One Piece just fucking sucks. When people say, oh yeah, wait until the time skip for it together, for it to get better, they are not lying. The time skip is like fucking 500 episodes in, and before that there were only like 2 good arcs. 2 good arcs in 500 episodes is bad, but I'll digress. And then somebody else said, TBH, I didn't laugh a single time in this episode. To episode 1071. I can feel that. I might have laughed like once or twice. That was about it. And then somebody said, oh, cartoonish form with bad design and writing. One Piece fell off. You can say One Piece fell off, but it is still the like top manga in Shonen Jump fucking like 20 years running and will always be in the top 5. So I don't know. You can say it fell off. If it really fell off, that shit wouldn't still be getting episodes because there'd be no budget and yada yada blah blah blah. We wouldn't be getting the live action. We wouldn't be getting all the figures and shit. We wouldn't be getting the DLC in Pirate Warriors 4. I'm just saying, if it really fell off, we wouldn't be seeing much of it. We wouldn't even be seeing my last video because I wouldn't fucking talk about some shit that fell off. And then somebody else said, my expectations were high this episode. Unfortunately, Toei has a track record of bad pacing and reusing scenes and animations, and that Hiyori scene was just fucking brutal. And I 100% agree. If you wanted to sum my fucking YouTube video up and post it as a short, that would be what I would say right there. Cause Jesus Christ, Toei, you need to stop with that shit. The pacing sucks. We did not need 1,000 episodes to get here. Maybe like 800 or something. Maybe 700 if I'm keeping it. Nah, maybe like 750 to get here. But I'll digress. And they're reusing the fucking animation, man. That shit hurts. And don't even get me started on the Hiyori scene. I've bitched about this to my friends so fucking somebody else said, on the real though, I think these critiques are fair. I haven't seen the episode yet, but One Piece anime has always had a bad habit of dragging scenes out with a lot of unnecessary shit. Though I will say the cartoony sound effects in Gear 5 sort of obligatory to the form. It's supposed to be cartoony and all that's the expression they wanted to go with. Him being Joy Boy, and which narratively expressed that he's supposed to be fun and filled with laughter. Some of it is totally fair, but some of it is definitely nitpicking. I imagine they made it extra for the same reasons they made Ultra Instinct extra. They were hyping Joy Boy up for low-key the whole arc, so they absolutely cannot make it lame under any circumstances. Either way, I get where you're coming from. And I get where this comment is coming from. The cartoony sound effects definitely are essential, especially since everybody's all like, yo, what the fuck? He's like fighting out of a cartoon, or oh shit, he has all the freedom in the world. I get it. It's just at the moment that episode, it pissed me off, so I was choosing to be nitpicky. But in this episode, one of my friends was like, oh, it felt like they used more sound effects. And I couldn't really tell because every sound effect kind of felt more solely tuned to the action that was happening in a, I can understand this way. Last episode, I don't know. It really did felt like it was just there to be there instead of there for good reason. And I agree with the Joy Boy point. Like, I get this is narratively what he's supposed to be. So I can get it. And yeah, they definitely did hype this shit up the entire fucking arc, especially like from 10-15 on, nigga. It was just kind of, oh yeah, we're waiting, we're getting there. So they couldn't have it been bad, but I don't know, it kind of felt bad. And I don't think Ultra Instinct was really hyped up like that, like extra. I felt like it did what it was supposed to do, considering that was the first time we saw it in the anime. You can't really be extra when that's the first time you're seeing it, you know? Like for fucking Joy Boy, it's extra because we know what happened in the manga. For Ultra Instinct, it couldn't have been extra because we didn't see it anywhere before besides that. So I kid you not, I dead ass was finished recording this video. Everything was done, everything was edited, and I saw one more comment, and this motherfucker is the Oda One Piece Glaze Master. So I had to put them in the video. They said, I'm the nitpicks master, which yeah, I'll fucking say again. I am watching this show. I've dedicated months of my time to it. I will choose to nitpick when I want to fucking nitpick. That is a fair criticism. You put out content, it is up for review. I will nitpick if I choose to. I'm not just gonna glaze the shit. If I see something and I think it's bad, I'm going to say it's bad. That's what opinions are. But let's keep it going. He says, guess I have to explain now. The Hiyori scene. Question, what is the goal of this war? Beat Kaido and let the real royal family take place. Hiyori and Momonosuke are 100% more time important than Luffy or his crew at that moment. In the moment, it's a good spot because she talked like, I don't give a fuck, okay? I get what Wano's about. Free Wano from Kaido. But who's doing the shit? The Straw Hats. Hiyori ain't doing the shit. Momonosuke ain't doing the shit. If they was doing the shit, we wouldn't need the Straw Hats. So I'm not gonna give a fuck about Hiyori playing her little song and crying in front of Orochi. I don't care, especially when I want to see Gear 5. I don't care. And then he says, like, Hiyori wants to see the sun rising on a free Wano, a Wano where Kaido is defeated by Gear 5 Luffy is the warrior of liberation, Nika sun god. This comes full circle. You watch One Piece and don't understand that. No, I understand that, but the thing is, you're saying that Hiyori wants to see this in specific. No, Hiyori just wants to see Wano freed. She doesn't really give a fuck who does it. It doesn't have to be Gear 5 Luffy, who is the warrior of liberation, Nika the sun god. You're fucking glazing hard as hell right here. It could have been Shanks who fucking did it. It could have been fucking Ace like fucking 5 years ago or whenever the fuck he came to Wano. They just want to see Wano freed. You adding the whole, oh yeah, had to be Luffy. No, it fucking didn't. She's just wanted to see it freed this whole time. So I don't really get your point. So if you saying like, oh, you don't understand that, okay, yeah, I don't. She just wants to see it freed. And again, this episode is called Gear 5. I'm not trying to see Hiyori cry about getting a free country. We've known this for the past 100 fucking episodes. We knew this coming into Wano. And then his second point, he's saying, let's talk about the reuse scene. How the fuck were you? Oh, I hate One Piece meat writers, bro. There was a real problem here. This episode was the introduction of Gear 5. The big comes after. And if we talk about reuse scenes, we should talk about the episode where Goku mastered Ultra Instinct, because it's always the same goddamn animation. The scene was reused from the opening. No one talks about it. Strange. And I don't need to talk about the scene of the boar breath where it's clear the scene is an over exaggeration, but guess what? It's on purpose. Of course, they will put light on Gear 5 at full force, and it's the same with all transformations of other animes. It's on purpose. I can't believe I have to say this. And for the cartoon part of the animation, it's the same story. Congrats to all the animators who gave it glazing. Yes, I'm nitpicking. Why don't we hear the sound of his fist when they touch the ground? Really, of all people, of all things to talk and elaborate about, you choose the sound of his fist hitting the ground. You're on another. Yes, I fucking said in my video I was choosing to be nitpicking. Are the sounds coming from Gear 5? Is it just like his movements now create sound effects? I get it. I'm being a dickhead. Like, oh, it's just goofy. You're thinking about it too much. Yeah, I will think about it too much. I'm watching this shit. Why are you calling me out on something I already called myself out on? You're just being fucking stupid at this point. All right, so he poses a good point, the whole reuse of animation thing. In Dragon Ball Z, in the intro, there's a clip of Goku fighting Jiren, and that gets reused in the anime. I think maybe once in Ultra Instinct Omen and once in Mastered Ultra Instinct, and that's a fair point. But we don't see that shit back to fucking back. We see it in the opening. We see it while Goku is in Ultra Instinct Omen, I think once, and then after Omen, it takes another like 5-10 episodes for us to get to Mastered Ultra Instinct. We don't see this shit in the same fucking episode. Like, the fuck? Really? Really? And then he's saying, oh yeah, Gear 5 is supposed to be full force Goofy. I get that, but it still looks shit. I'm gonna say it looks shit if it looks shit. And then he says, in conclusion, you are the nitpick master. Say what you think when you watch the show. It doesn't seem to be the case. No, I will say what I think. Therefore, it is my opinion. There is no objectively right or wrong stance on how somebody fucking sees a show. If you see something and don't like it, that's your opinion. That's what an opinion is. I didn't say it was objectively shit. I just said I don't fucking like it. This is a One Piece meat writer right here. If you want an example of a One Piece meat writer, this motherfucker wrote a whole fucking paragraph just calling me the nitpick master and breaking down shit that I ain't asked to be broken down just for me to not give a fuck after reading it. It's like, yes, I'm nitpicking. I chose to nitpick. Why are you surprised? The video is called Gear 5 Sucks, and you came into it saying I'm nitpicking. Yes, that is the point. I hate One Piece. I hate one. I'm dropping this shit. I'm dropping this shit. This motherfucker right here made me drop One Piece. This shit garbage. Boruto better. Kiss my ass. That's all I gotta say for this video. If y'all enjoyed, hey, subscribe. It's free down below, and drop a like. And all the One Piece haters that were in my comments, hey, feel free to subscribe, man. I don't dick ride One Piece. I call this shit out. Like, that last episode fucking sucked, man. This one pretty fucking good though. And if you don't want to watch it, don't have to. I don't only upload One Piece content. I upload a bunch of other shit. So if you want to stick around, stick around. I'm not the most consistent. I might be a little Corey Kenshin, you know, might dip for 9 months, but I always come back. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video, whatever it may be.